conclusion.
Hey, what's up guys, RST here, back again with another video for you guys, and today is probably one of the most anticipated days in Apple history so far in 2016. Like, the iPhone 7 Plus announcement was okay, but this was far more important for me. I edit on a MacBook Pro every day, just like a lot of YouTubers, and I heavily rely on this, and I was waiting so long for a refresh. I mean, one of my videos that got really popular was top 3 things about the MacBook Pro 2016, and you know, some of those predictions actually came true. It comes in 2 colors, not 3, but it comes in 2, silver and space gray, and that video got like so much attention because everybody was like wanting a new MacBook Pro 2016, you know, redesigned for so long now, and now it's finally here. Like, I am so excited right now. Just an unboxing update, as I said in the title. This is not clickbait. We are getting a MacBook Pro in for the channel, and that should be coming by November 25th, guaranteed. And I'm gonna unbox it for you guys right here. We're gonna be one of the first unboxings, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, and yeah, we're gonna have that unboxing ready for you guys. But right now, we're just gonna talk about the MacBook Pro 2016. So basically, the main feature about it is the touch bar, right? The touch bar is what's, like, you know, super awesome. So the touch bar is meant to replace the function keys, which Phil described as being like 25 years old. Sorry, that's like a Twitter, man. Why Leafy keeps tweeting? But the function key bar is like 25 years old now, so there's really no point in keeping it. And I really love the touch bar because, as we all saw, touchscreens are basically garbage. Like, no one likes touchscreens, but this is a much better alternative. Like, when was the last time you used your function key bar? Like, the only time I use it is to, like, power on and power off my Mac, because that's where the power button is. But yeah, I think this is a really nice idea. All the keys pop up depending on which app you use. So they showed a couple demos for, like, Final Cut, Photoshop, which is awesome for me, because if you guys are a video editor just like me, and you're using Premiere or Final Cut or iMovie, you know, it's awesome to have those key shortcuts right at your fingertips. So you can just drag. You could drag your timeline. You can see your whole timeline on the touch bar. You could drag to which parts you can trim, cut, and you don't even need to touch your keyboard, which is absolutely awesome. One of the weird things, though, was that they made the trackpad a little bigger, which I don't know why. Like, why would you make the trackpad bigger? I mean, I didn't see any point for that. But yeah, they did that. The keys are now thinner, which I'm not such a big fan of, but I'll have to see once I unbox it how thin these keys are. But these keys are thinner because of the new butterfly mechanism they're using from the MacBook, and they are a little bit thinner. I hope they are at least close to the keys I have on my current MacBook, because I've tried the MacBook keys, the MacBook keyboard. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It's garbage. And if this keyboard is like really bad, I may just have to like use my external keyboard full time. But I hope I don't have to do that. I hope they did it right this time. So we'll just have to see. And the display is as usual, you know, your basic Retina 2K display. You know, nothing fancy there. It is slightly brighter, slightly more colorful. Same update as with the iPhone 7 Plus. So again, you know, usual updates. The speakers are a little slimmer, but they are louder because they now have stereo speakers coming from the side as well. Here's the part that really disappoints me. They only have 4 USB-C ports and a headphone jack, surprisingly. They have a headphone jack. Now, what's interesting is that they have a headphone jack when before I was reading a report that it might not have, so I guess they've changed their mind on that. But I guess they kept it for DJs. And yeah, like, the 4 USB-C port thing, like, I get it. Okay, USB-C is a universal port and everything, but I don't want to have to buy a dongle to get my HDMI port. Like, I use my monitor a lot. I really love my monitor. You know, it helps me see things in clearer view. You know, it helps me, you know, run more apps at the same time. It's useful. I love my monitor. And the fact that I now have to buy, you know, $15 dongle to, you know, connect that, and, you know, I have an extra cable hanging out. You know, I like my setup clean and, you know, tidy. Like, I don't like extra loose cables hanging out everywhere. So that is a downside for me, and I guess it's a downside for a lot of people too, because now, you know, HDMI is gone. I didn't worry too much about SD card. Like HDMI was the one port. Like if they were gonna kill, you could kill any other port. But the fact that they're killing HDMI is also sad. And USB is also pretty they're killing the USB port too, like, you know, standard USB. Now I can't use my keyboard now. I can't use my keyboard now because it relies on USB 3.0. So I'm gonna have to figure out how that's gonna work now. But yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about it, is that it's 4 USB-C ports, and it's just, you know, that's gonna be a little tough to get used to. But on the lower end of the spectrum, or of the MacBook Pro lineup, we have the 13-inch MacBook Pro, which is basically the 15, but, you know, has lower specs, like an i5. You know, it doesn't have as fast of a GPU. It has, like, you know, slightly slower Radeon, you know, usual stuff. But the interesting thing to me was that instead of refreshing the MacBook Air, they actually are killing the MacBook Air line, it seems now, and they're launching like a stripped down version of the MacBook Pro 13. So the MacBook Pro 13-inch, you know, regular has a touch bar. This replacement to the MacBook Air does not have a touch bar. It doesn't have a touch bar, which makes it cheaper. Now, honestly, I mean, like, I see the practicality in it. There's only 2 lineups. There's only MacBook and MacBook Pro, and I agree with that. I mean, that's fine. It should be just MacBook Pro. It makes it easy for customers to decide. But, like, I don't know why people were really asking for a refresh to the MacBook Air. Like, there's really, like, why do you need to refresh the MacBook Air? Like, there's no point in refreshing the MacBook Air. There's the MacBook, and that's just as fine. Like, there's no big advantage in the MacBook Air over the MacBook. In fact, the MacBook is actually a much better thin portable laptop than the MacBook Air. So I'm glad Apple did that. I mean, like, anybody who, I guess, like, you know, this stripped down 13-inch is now for people who want more power than a MacBook but don't want to pay the price of a real MacBook Pro. So that's what I'm gonna put that in. But yeah, overall, I was really happy with the MacBook Pro reveal. You know, it looks very nice. It's coming in space gray and silver. I really wish they did matte black, but I can do with space gray. It still looks awesome. So yeah, we will have one coming in to the channel by the 25th, and maybe even earlier depending on how Apple ships that out. But yeah, I'm super excited to unbox this laptop, you know, see how it performs as a daily driver, you know, try out the touch bar obviously. So yeah, stay tuned, and yeah, this is RST with another tech video for you guys. Peace.